Hello everyone, my name is Dang Mai Thi. I'm from lớp 2 and today I will present you the way to audit cash. And next, and Tạ Ngọc Xuân Tiền, Nguyễn Thị Thủy Kiều, Trần Ái My, Đặng Mai Thi. Okay. Before conducting the audit, we will prepare the audit process. First, let's have an overall review for cash and cash equivalents. Cash is also cash and their account are 111, 112. About cash equivalent, there are many concepts, but USGAAP also defines cash equivalents as short-term, highly liquid investments that are readily convertible to now amounts of cash and that are so near their maturity that they present inside frequencies of change in value because of change in interest rates. The account for cash equivalent are 113, 1281. Secondly, we also have some important documents to have in audit card which are generator geo balances. These documents I will ask to customer to provide me bank confirmation. To get this document, I will prepare a template to send to the customer and ask the customer to send them to the bank for verification. After verification, the paper will be transferred directly to the audit company. Finally, we also have to identify period audit film to ensure the information in period year. If the period audit film is not ACC, we have to conduct an individual audit, which is according to IAS 510. But in our case, the period audit film is ACC, so we only need to focus on the process in period years. Not only that, because of doing the final audit, so we have to have one more document. That is card minutes. This paper is almost like a report, confirming its witness to the customer's cash. We also will focus on financial statement and assumption about financial statement. Next.
Please open D147 for me. Yeah, and to identify types of confirmation. So there are two types of bank confirmation. For the first one, bank confirmation does not require transparent verification of any item. At this type, the auditor empowers the account that will confirm to the bank. It will reduce the risk when the bank knows about the item that the auditor suspects. The risk of that case will occur if the client and the bank shake hands with each other. And the second type, bank confirmation, requires verification of a specific item. It will reduce the risk of whether the bank can choose an account that does not have fraud if we use bank confirmation in type 1. The risk of that case will occur if the client and the bank shake hands with each other. And from that, because we prioritize verifying the balance of specific accounts, we consider which can make a material misstatement so that our group agreed to choose type 2. And for this working paper, D147, so which is inspect and reconcile the bank deposit balances and record accurately, completely, and existently are the objectives of this working paper. And the information is filled in this working paper that is took from sources of information as cash in bank ledger and bank confirmation letters about the work have to do of this working paper that is prepared and sent confirming letter on account balances to the banks, aggregate the results obtained compared with the balances on the subsidiary ledger for and to specify about G147. So for cash in bank VND VCB 1 billion 647,560,347 with the reference is the 148 and the cash in bank VND in VCB is 3 billion 230 million. And with the 100 and D and 448 and about the cash in bank VND in Indovia with 1,698,131,519 with the 149 and the last one is cash in bank VND in Indovia 2,880,000,000 with the reference is the 149 and after check, we have the result that there are no difference in money between before and after check, so that we obtain the objective of checking and the balances. After that, we will continue to work in paper for cash count. So the first with cash on hand we have so with cash on hand, we have uh, 500,000 and 500,000. So one for 100 and 100,000, one for 50,000, one for 20,000, and the last one is one for 1,000 VND. And can you scroll it down? And after seeing the total is 1 billion, and you can scroll it down for me, please. Yeah, after send the total is 1,641,000,000 no 1,671,219, which is the same with cash in journals. And the next calculated the EB of foreign currency and compare with the EP per book with the objective is ensure the ending balance of cash is accurately recorded for the 145 valuation. Yeah, and can you slow it down? Okay. Okay. About the account. So we have 11221 for bank of account is VCB and the currency unit is USD. And the first one is foreign currency is 2,000 and 329 with the client EXR is 22,535.16 with the reference is D147. So, and you come back with the 145. Yeah, and the book balance and the book balance with the foreign currency with the client EXR is 52,484.390. So yeah, this is the book value. Yeah, and we can come back with the 145, please. And about the buy-in EXR of the bank with the balance evaluated per bank EXR, and from that the difference between auditors and ledger is 1,000 and 1,020 and 1,082.610. Yeah, and the total, and after that the total is and after that the total of the book balance is 52,484.390, and the bank that evaluated the bank EXR is 53,567,000 and about the and after that the final difference between auditor and ledger is 1,082,610. From that, the EP of bank foreign currency per book is not accurate because of NB revaluation of ending balance of the foreign currency is understatement is 1,082,610. So that up to me, so to will continue the presentation.
Okay, and then I will begin with the city 144. It's abnormal. The objective of this is to ensure that arising actual transactions are recorded accurately and classified appropriately. The work done is scan subsidiary ledger to find out the abnormal transactions about content, amount, reciprocal accounts, and vouch to supporting documents. First of all, we will thorough examination of abnormal reciprocal accounts. To do this, we still scan the subsidiary lecture to find out. And the first is account lectures 111. We will click the T account to record all the numbers of the accounts. Oh, sorry. Yeah, on the account. And the amount of this account 111 of course in during the December. Use it during until the December. From that, we find out two accounts that we found unstable. No, it's just one. One account that we found unstable. It's highlight red, but I will show you this to see clearly. Yeah. I click the pivot table for this to check if the debt had occurred in the month. And it's a sum of debit and sum of credit. We will copy this balance and based on details. And then we will look up if there are any unusual accounts to search. It will be based on the appendix of circular 200. After looking up the account 3383, it is not too be a bit confusing, but it is not too zero when compared to the total amount of the money, so we can skip it. The rest of the order transaction in the letter T111 and normal, so we will skip for the 111 and then go to the oh no, not now. When skip all the transaction, we will check the end of the debit and the end of the credit are same like in the trial balance. Yeah, for this and for this. And the ending balance is 6 million and 566,119. Yeah, it's the same with the ending balance in a T account 111. So we will go to the 112 to check the debt line in the GL 111. However, in the calculator 112, we don't have the sum all of the transaction line in the GL 111. So I click the sum of this. Yeah, and click pivot table to see all the transaction occur in the on the transaction until the December of and we'll copy this and pass for T account again. Basically, at a glance, there's nothing wrong with the account issue here. Yeah. The price, the face don't have many the error for this, but the deposit is fun or easy to make mistake if you don't look carefully. So we will look up GL112. Yeah. 112. and go to the subsidiary lectures 112, 112, 11. We run up and run down for this to see if have any different any error for this, but yeah, we don't see anything. And then we will go to and we will go to the subsidiary lecture for 112, 12. If we don't see carefully, we will take this transition to the zero, but this is not. This is a right. It's a right place for this. It's not wrong, so we skip this. And go to 1, 1, 2, 1, 3. Nothing wrong. And 1, 1, 2, 1, 4, the last. In this, we will see rejection like that. Here are three reasons. It's unusual for the GL112 equals. Usually, the case in band more than 3 months will be recorded in a short-term investment. So this 3 months, 6 months, and 9 months. So this is an error when checking 112. And we will go take this to the we will take it to the adjustment and place it into this the text of detail for abnormal transitions. And the total of this to take it to the adjustment. Next, we will go to the inspect the sample objection arising between the counting day and the balance for book at the balance sheet date. Yeah, for this. Cash cow and reconciliation of cash on hand balance. To this, we will observe the cash cow, including gold, silver, gem, if any, at the balance sheet day, and can compare them with the balance of the cash journal and subsidiary ledger at the closing day, and so on cash and cash equivalent and inventories. In case of observing cash cow before or after the cut-off day, the sample of receipt disbursement shall be selected for transactions arising after or before the time of cash counts, compared to the cash balance on the journals at the closing day by adjusting the relevant receipt and disbursement. Detect and find out the cause of the variance, if any. We have attended to the cash count at the audit day and obtain cash count statement at the end of the accounting period. We'll compare with the subsidiary ledger at the closing day, review on cash that have been audited, and result of cash cow at the accounting day. For the account 1111, the balance was counted at 29 December 2016 is the same as the balance was counted at 29 December 2016. We'll reference with the D146, the cut scale for this. Here and here, yeah. And the balance and reconciliation balance were counted and balance book. The balance were, oh no, we have this and this. Yeah, the balance were counted at 29 December 2016, and the balance were booked at the balance day is different. And the variant for this is 404,894,900. The reference is D146 Pascal. And the trial balance at the cash on hand. For this. And the total disbursement from the closing day to the counting day is 220,100. And the total receipts from the closing day to the counting day is 5,115,000. To see this, we don't see anything error. And the often audit objective is decision of cash on hand and the balance sheet day. I skip the cutoff D143 because in this we have 9 questions at least from 29 to 31st were not were usual. So the transaction incurred in accordance with the supporting documents. No error in the selected set mode. So I don't say anything about this. And then we will go to the D141 policies by Tạ Ngọc Xuân Tuyền.
Yes. Please open D140. No. Yeah, yes. And since time is short, I will try to be as brief but complete as possible. So, yeah. And about D140, you can see that we agree with the adjustment entry. There are two. Please scroll down. Please roll down. You need to open another tab. So as you can see, there are two transactions that cause the difference. First is because still come from a record wrong account, and the second is come from the wrong rate. And luckily, both of these are wrong. Wrong is just an error, and it's not a fraud. So we just give our opinion to the company so that company will change the account and approve or not approve our require, but I think that the company will approve. And in the case the company approve with our required that change to two of these balance, so we just agree with the financial statement and
Can you open the T141? Yeah. And you grow up, you throw up, you throw up. Yeah. And as T just told that the prior audit firm is ACC. So we don't need to have the initial procedure, initial audit. We also have to follow to the prior process that our company have done. So that's why we have this tab. This tab to compare to and examine accounting principle consistent with the previous year and in, in, in accordance with the regulations in yeah uh do you just keep it, you just keep it, don't throw. And and as as you can see there we are just and you scroll down and you scroll down. As you can see you just we have to have a task to inspect the internal control of cars. And then we will check it like first, is there any secretion of duties between treasurer and the accountants? Or every yes answer I will don't come I will don't care it. I will just care about the no answer. As you can see, the first problem is are there cards count at the end of working day? There are no cards count. The second is, are there any regulations on the authorization and approval? There are no. So to throw up. Yeah, and that's mean as you can see about the title. This means the internal controls of the cast is not really completely good enough, and I think that they have to improve more because that will cause a fraud. Because we are just assurance, we assurance about everything we see, but about the internal in the depth, maybe we cannot know. So to be like control more, the company should improve by to slow down, by have to consider with uh 6 and 9, that is have the cash cow at the end of working day, or have the regulation on authorization and approval. But in our authorization, we just have a conclusion that we just wrote out that the accounting policies are applied consistently with those of previous year and in accordance with the regulation of current accounting standard and regime. So let's please go to 131. 131, D131. Yeah, and you can open the prior tab like 110. Okay, so that I can follow. Oh, okay. So about you, can you open about D131 again? D131 again, yeah. Yeah. And D130. D130. Okay, and after check the policies, we will check about the program. And as you can see that we have tab that will check all the programs. Can you throw up? Check all the program of the audit. You throw You throw up. So as you can see that we have to like do this to like check and ensure cash and cash equivalent are exist owned by enterprise to be completely and accurately recorded and evaluate in the proper accounting period and present in the financial statement in accordance with the applicable finance reporting framework. And there are two material misstatement of our group that we choose. This is the assistant and the accuracy. Yeah, to have to main assertion, we just wrote down all the assertion like assistant occurrence, completeness evaluation, right application, presentation, and disclosure cut up. And then we identified the assertions that we think that we have the material mistake by following the prior procedure, the prior information, and also in this internal control. So you just throw up in and then we choose assistant and accuracy. Why we choose that? First, about the assistant, because we think that the company usually have the trains that they will write up the cash. Yeah, so we consider about the assistant of the of the of the of that number, because we consider about the fraud. Yeah, I think the assistant will this assertion may become the fraud. And next is about accuracy. This is because company have a lot of like foreign currency. Yeah, so about the rate, we don't know about the rate or identified right or wrong. Yeah, and that is from that we have a lot of procedure that we check it. So throw to the conclusion, please. I will read but our conclusion that is and in our conclusion, in my opinion, on the basis of the evidence gathered from performing the above procedure, the audit objectives present at the beginning of the audit program have been achieved, except from the following measure. Yeah, and next, can you come to the 131, please? Yeah. And after consider the procedure and about the policies, nothing goes wrong. So next we will repair the information of no financial statement, because actually we think that the main purpose of the audit is also export financial statement with audit opinion, so that have the client improve the operation. So after consider all the error or mistake, I think that we have to repair about the balance of like information of for note of financial statement, so that we can put the information. You don't need to open this tab. You just open the working paper tab. You only need to open the working paper tab. Yeah. Thank you. So that we also need to prepare the information for note of financial statement, so that we put the number into the financial statement. Yeah, and because we are the prior company that have prior audit company, of this company is sold, we also just write and follow the financial statement, also write and follow like the prior year. Yeah, like that. So that's why we have to create the information for note of financial statement, and we only need to prepare this number of this year. We don't need to create more or another step, yeah, to prepare financial statement, because we only need to follow the prior year. Yeah, and you can scroll down, please. Yeah, and yes, and you can scroll to the conclusion, please. Yeah, and after prepare the data, we recognize that the data are appropriate for financial statement presentation. Next, please come from the 110, please. Leadership. Yeah, and this is the leadership of cash and cash equivalent, and these numbers will the like conclude all the data that we have read, have do in another tab. And it will have all the account, number of account, like cash on hand, cash in bank, foreign currency. Can you scroll down? Yeah, scroll down. Yeah, and and that's all the number. You scroll up again, so you can show everyone the title. Yeah, and as you can see, I will have some column like before it, yeah, and after it. After it, there are two number after it. After this in this year, after it in the prior year. So that we will have the variance. Variance we have two types, amount and percent. Why we have amount percent? Have about the amount. We also have the rate like planning material, toilet bowl error, tree horse, a nominal amount. Some of this materiality will help us to determine that this material or immaterial. But variance, why? Because some of the amount like we have the tree horse we also have a tree horse the toilet bowl road, that like the maturity for each transactions or each account. Yeah, and maybe it's really high, but like it's about 3 million. For example, it's 3 million and the amount is 2 million. They are not the variance is not over than the maturity, but about the percent. The percent is really high. So we have to consider about it. Yeah, that is the symbol. And in this case, we don't have any like, so that's why we have to this variance about amount and percent, so that we also can follow the change, not only in the number but also in the percentage. And about you scroll to the conclusion, please. Yeah, and overall the cash experience growth 20.03 in 2016. In particular, cash on hand has a significant decline compared to the beginning of the period, nearly 53%, and cash in bank has a slight increase. And this is the very important analytical analyze of variance, because from that we have the picture about the cash. And this is our presentation. Thanks for hearing.